Hey everybody, BP here from the heart of a villain. Last week, the city of Beirut, Lebanon was rocked by a deadly explosion, killing over 100 people and injuring thousands more. Many of our brothers with the bearded villains of Lebanon were close by when the incident occurred. They, along with thousands of others, are now cleaning up from this tragedy. Last week, I was able to speak with Chris, the co-captain of the bearded villains of Lebanon. As a photojournalist, he gave us a first-hand account of what it's really like on the ground in Beirut. From episode 43 of The Heart of a Villain, here is some of what Chris shared with us.
One brotherhood, one ship. Stay bearded, stay villain.
How you doing, buddy?
Hello, brother. Hello, everyone. Well, we're trying to stay strong. And today we are now at one of our brothers who got affected from this disaster, from this explosion. We are here actually to see what we're gonna do, because we need to do the cleanings, we need to do the support for our brother. We need to stand next to him. It's a difficult time now.
Chris, you said he's about 2 miles away from where the explosion occurred?
Yes, because it's behind me.
Okay.
And the explosion happened behind me.
So there's a lot of damage that occurred 2 miles away. How far out did the explosion damage buildings?
Actually, it damages for about 15 kilometers from the center of the explosion. It's like it did a circle, or the level 1 part, it's in Beirut, and the suburbs of Beirut, actually. So the damages went there, but the more effective is the ones in Beirut next to the explosion area, and where I'm now.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So it's a big explosion. It's not that easy. Actually, I'm in a street now. It's now calming because the youth across Lebanon came and made the cleanings, and we as bearded villains, we're gonna go and do our assessment to see what's the things we can support. And first, we're gonna support our brother here in his shop to see what things that is needed to came back again. This is Jemai's Street. Sorry, I'm on the light.
That's fine.
And those are the buildings. No, those buildings are not anymore preferable to live in.
Wow. So these they're not even supposed to be lived in right now because they're so damaged.
Yeah. And those areas because I'm in contre-jour, but I'm going to try to take as much as I can. Now they are clean. And there is a building there we cannot pass by because it's gonna fall. So our police are having there so that. And I'm gonna show you one thing is that there is the Red Cross over here, Red Cross station. It also got affected.
So your local Red Cross is damaged as well, and kind of
Red Cross. Yes.
So that will affect their ability to even help out as much as they want to.
Yes. So this is the center for the Red Cross, also got affected.
Look at that.
And look at the buildings. It's kind of renovated buildings also all exploded down. I'm showing you parts of the area here. So it's not... So cleanings are still going on. And look at this building.
Wow. And where you're standing, you're still about 2 miles away from where this explosion occurred.
Yeah, the explosion is from there. If you can stay with me, I can take you there.
Oh, sure. As long as your signal stays on, we'll stay with you.
I try to show you as much as possible because I'm near to the place of explosion.
Yes.
So it's there.
Thank you.
So this is the Shar Halo Bridge. عمرو في اطلع لعندك. Okay, I'm gonna show you directly from a bar where I used to come and have fun and I'm gonna show you how things are destroyed. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm in the oldest building in Beirut. I'm gonna try to take careful just to go inside because the floor is not good. So if you see here,
Wow.
so this place we used to come and have our fun here, and no more. I'm gonna take footage, right? Footage. So this place is called Madame Om. Madame Om is a place where people come and have a lot of fun here and dancing and singing. Okay?
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna show you where the explosion happened. Look, there is no wall and there is no balcony. The balcony fell down.
That's incredible. Be careful.
Yeah, don't worry. So this is Sharhal Bridge. And this is where the explosion. Do you see the
Right.
weeds there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is where the explosion happened.
Incredible.
You're seeing, Brian, you're seeing good?
Yes.
Yeah, so, sorry. So this is the where people used to every day like this time are people on this bridge. Imagine how much people were on there the time of the disaster.
Right.
Okay? And this is, you see?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And this is where the buildings right there. This is where the explosion is for the wheat. And next to it was the part of the explosion.
Absolutely incredible. The amount of damage that's, I mean, it's
We used
unthinkable.
to- There is a balcony over here, but no more balcony. It's all opened over.
Jeez. How far away? I know you said you were at work in your office. You're a photojournalist, so it's actually kind of nice that you, as somebody who does this for a living, is sharing this information with me. But how far away was your office from the explosion?
It was 14 kilometers.
Wow. Were you able to see did you even know that the fire was going on at the time, or did you just hear an explosion? How did that happen with you?
Okay, what happened is that it started with an earthquake, like a shocking. The building where I used to be, where I was in, it started shocking. So I thought it was an earthquake at first. And then I saw the windows that are blowing. And then I noticed that it's not an earthquake thing. It's an explosion thing.
Right.
Because on a security basis, I've been trained that when seeing such things, it's a wave of an explosion. So I directly ran from the place where I was standing, and I showed you the picture,
Mm-hmm.
and it directly hit it on the ground. So if I took the initiative and go under the table, then the glass would go over me. So it's a matter of seconds that happened. Yeah. This explosion, did not burn. It only made a wind and blown. So nothing burned. Only it's an explosion that have a blowing thing.
The big shock wave.
Yeah, because the ammonia turned into water and did that cloud, and it exploded all over. So the waves shocked everything because it was very, very, very tons that exploded. Yes.
So what are they telling you locally in Lebanon, in that area? What are they telling you, the citizens there, about what happened? What's the news agencies, or what are they telling you guys that happened there?
Okay. At first, it was two scenarios. The scenario that maybe it was a missile that went through this and exploded. And the second scenario, which is based on right now, and it is most common use, is that the ammonia, the tons of ammonia that were in that can over there. It exploded, but it cannot explode without giving any fire to it. So they are still under investigation, our country, to see what made this ammonia burn and explode. So there are a lot of governmental investigations on what was the cause of this explosion. So still not, they promised that on the fifth day will give the result, and they will knew what was the cause of this explosion. So they're doing their investigation about it. Yes.
Okay. So was the building that this occurred in, was the building just a storage facility or was it a factory?
Well, actually, it's the port, the main port, and it was a storage. This is storage. It's like a hangar that they put this ammonia in it, and there are a story about this ammonia. Still, they are investigating why these stones have been there since 2014, and knowing that they cannot be stored, and it's a cause for an explosion.
Right.
So they're still under investigation about it. As well, next to it, there is a wheat building factory to the country. So they are facing together each other. So that's why when the ammonia building exploded, it disappeared into the water. So one scenario that happened, if it was on the land, then half of Beirut areas would have vanished from the living. But since it is now in the water, next to the water, and the water absorbed this storage, then this effect is less. So imagine this effect is less, and look what happened.
Right.
So imagine if it's on the main ground. Knowing that it's a place, there are a lot. I'm going to show you. This one is a restaurant. The ones there are companies, Electricité de Liban, Lebanese electricity there, the company, Mercedes company over there also affected. Everything has been affected. There are companies as well. There's not only houses. Houses is from this behind and above. Imagine the tallest building, it was also affected. All those buildings affected under 15 kilometers.
Wow. Now, we're also hearing some reports, I know here in the States, we're hearing some reports that there were fireworks there as well, or fireworks involved in the building or stored there. Was that also true?
Well, actually, it's not only a firework. There is a lot of things that causes this fire to damage, because it's in the port. You have a lot of materials inside the port.
Okay.
So that causes this to burn out. So it started with the ammonia to burn out, and it caused the fireworks to be burned like sparklings.
Right.
And then the main thing, and when the ammonia turned into water, it exploded.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you from this part, the buildings. This was a restaurant, and 2 death people were in it. 2 died in this restaurant.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very well-known Lebanese restaurant, Loris named. Yeah.
It literally looks like a bomb went off.
Yes, bro. It is like that, but it's with a lot of tones. Normal bomb can't do that. It's in like the second they classified this explosion as the third country for this explosion, the biggest explosion after Hiroshima.
But it's amazing how much damage was caused simply from the shock wave, and it's just amazing.
people died because of the glasses fall over them. A lot of things fell over them, like the walls and everything. This is what, and because of the shock wave that caused them to pull back. So yes. So people that were here at this time of the explosion, actually they come to eat. Some of them finishes their work. Some of them coming to their houses. So it's all affected.
What time of the day did the explosion happen there?
It was 6:05 p.m.
Oh wow. And that's the time when people are milling about, going for dinner and going home from work.
Yeah, and I showed you from the upper side the cars that passing through this bridge. Either they are going out to their home, to their houses, because they use this main bridge, Shar Hello Bridge, to go to their houses in the next areas in Lebanon. So yes, a lot of people were affected. A lot of people, imagine, people died. People they were flying because of the biggest explosion, and that's why some people are missed and they are finding them in water. So in this place, Brian, as I told you, this one fell over someone and two people died there.
Wow. I'm speechless. I don't even know. You've seen a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things as a photojournalist. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Well, actually, I was born since 1985, since the war happened in Lebanon. And Beirut, it was similar to that, but not like that. It is more than that. Now, more than that. Beirut is more than that. So, yes. But the good thing is that we're still survivors, maybe to help in cleaning, to help people. And today it was reported 145 deaths. I'm going to give you an accurate answer about it. 152.
Wow. 152 fatalities right now.
Yes. 152 deaths. 5,000 people were injured. And there are a lot of people that are still missing. So look at this balcony. It's people, they were living here actually, yeah?
Can't even imagine.
They are still old but strong, but imagine during war, it did not do that.
Yeah, these are buildings, as you said, these are buildings that did not sustain this damage during the wartime in the 80s.
Yes, and it exploded. Look at the cars. Cars, they were only parking. This is what happened to this wave. And also everything fell on it as well. I'm showing you, Brian, now when some of them is cleaned. But it was a disaster on the first day and on the second day.
What are the Bearded Villains Lebanon? What are you guys going to be able to do to help out your community there? Because I know you said you were working on some things, and you also want to help your brother and his building out too.
Okay, so one of the main things is that after assessing on the floor, everything in the buildings are clean. Now we're gonna see to go and collect the glass and put them in boxes to do the recycling thing. Okay, to do some recycling things. There are still assessments are being done on the floor to go and give food to people who are homeless, because these are places where people used to live in. So the assessment, we're gonna take it from the government to see where people are now and what are in need exactly for medications, for food, and we're gonna do boxes and to start distributing them other than collecting the glasses all over from these places as well. Some cleanings, we're gonna do some cleanings clean up for certain places, because where I am now, it's already cleaned. But in other areas, so we're gonna go over stories to show where we're gonna be in the cleanings. And the other, and behind me, there are a lot of damages also happen. So there are other areas, upper side, that are also affected. Okay, so Tawfiq is our brother. He will talk to you about his shop that got affected, and what things uh, actually he lost. But thank God he's still with us,
Yes.
and he didn't not hurt.
How are you,
Okay, hi
brother?
man.
How are you?
How are you? Fine. I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, because the damage, man, I don't know if Chris showed you the cars, but I know in front, just in front of the shop, you can see the cars how they are.
Yes. That's incredible damage.
Some buildings. Look at this one.
Oh my gosh.
The building here, all the stones fall from the building and came on top of the car, and this is just next to my shop. It was really incredible.
So where do you go from here now with the shop?
Hello, we're trying. 1 second. We're trying to do the assessment and the cost of we're trying to assess the cost that we need to repair. Some principals here from Lebanon, from the government, should pass by and take pictures, and we already did like a small survey, and we're trying to proceed. First thing we're gonna do the budgeting to know how much do we need, and we're gonna rebuild. We're gonna try to rebuild it.
It's far worse than I thought. The damage there. It's far worse. We're only seeing small images here in the States.
I know it's extended to a big area here in Beirut. It's a very big area.
Thank you, brothers. I want to thank all our bearded villain brothers around the world for their support, for their thoughts, for their prayers. We've been receiving on our Instagram messages for the really big thank you for everyone, for our president, Von Knox, for everyone in the bearded villains. Thank you.
But I want to show you this one because having seen that video footage now, after you've seen him walk us through and take us to that, the one business that's the bar where they would hang out, and he was on the upper story looking down where the balcony had been destroyed. There was no wall there. I want to show you the other side of that building where we were. So looking up at where he was looking down from, because this image right here will show you just about what you need to see to get the whole devastation of that building and where he just was. But this is the building, and that second story where there is no wall, that's where he was just standing a few minutes ago in that interview, showing us looking out over this highway here. That is devastation and just a shockwave, guys. There's no fire, no flame explosion part of it. That's just sheer from the shockwave. So we need to definitely keep those guys in our thoughts and prayers. The families of all the people that were lost in that terrible accident as well. They've got a lot of cleaning up to do over there for sure, and they need our thoughts and prayers for sure.